Would you like to learn, understand, enjoy, and apply the beauty of advanced mathematics? That possibly might be a question that's going on in your mind for several months or several years, and you've never possibly found the right answer for that question. So I would like just to tell you in advance that to also it's one of the right place in order for you to get your satisfaction in advanced mathematics. How are you, everybody who is watching this fantastic video? I'm very happy to have you. You're warmly welcome. All international and national viewers of these programs means about national and international students, national and international parents, national and international guardians, national. You're warmly welcome. I would like to welcome all the national and international sponsors. I would like to welcome all the national and international leaders. I would like to welcome all the national and international just medias. I would like to welcome all the national and international mathematicians. Welcome into this fantastic moment of enjoying the beauty of advanced mathematics. My name is Olenjolai&Nekinyi. Simply, you can just call me Olenjolai. I thank God by His own grace, He has given me a gift, or He has built a gift of teaching in me in such a way that He has called me to be a national and international teacher of advanced mathematics in Form 5 and Form 6. Some of the candidates we call the some grade is above, let's grade 12 onwards. So I would like to take this opportunity once again to welcome everybody, whether you are our regular students, or it means that you are active students, or you are a new student. You are only welcome. Whether you are just you are our normal, means you are a daily viewer, or you are a new viewer. We like to take this opportunity to welcome you into this fantastic moment, where that we like to take you from the point where we left you, where you are right now, into the extraordinary higher point than you have ever expected it to be there. So I'm in Tanzania, and this is our national flag, and I'm doing this program specifically. I'll be using the curriculums and syllabus of advanced mathematics for advanced secondary education in Form 5 to Form 6 in Tanzania. However, that advanced mathematics, it's a cross-cutting subject. So it's one of the cross-cutting advanced subject. So that the contents I'm going to teach are being covered in every continent of the planet Earth, and also are being covered in every country, are being covered in every high school, are being covered in some of the countries in ordinary diploma, and these concepts are being covered in undergraduate level, first year of undergraduate level for most of the institutions or most of the colleges, right? So that is the point. So we'd like to welcome all the international students into a beautiful country, but welcome also into our online school in order to learn the beauty of advanced mathematics, regardless of your historical backgrounds in mathematics, or regardless that possibly you've been made to help mathematics because of the bad teacher that you have met. But I want to tell you that get prepared to enjoy and to be happy for the rest of your life for mastering advanced mathematics. So I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all our national and international viewers into one of our national and international viewers into one of our online advanced secondary school that called Tanzania Online Advanced Secondary School in square bracket OLENJOLAIM. Simultaneously, I would like to welcome you into one of our official YouTube channel that's called Tanzania Online A-Level Secondary School in square bracket OLENJOLAIM. So I know you are asking yourself so many questions, and especially for those new students or new parents or new guardians, what is this man doing? Is this man solving our own problems? Is this man solving our kids' problems? Is this man solving my daughter's problems or my son's problems who want to enjoy the beauty of advanced mathematics? And the answer is yes. Here I am in order to solve real life problems encountered by advanced secondary students or some college students, because even when you go into the college of engineering in different programs or colleges of science in different courses, you have to recall this concept. So it means that the students might take advantage of these digital contents which are well arranged and well taught to take them into considerations to recapitulate or to review the material that they need in order for them to cover the next level of the next level of understanding. right? So we are here, we are solving your problems. I did a research myself and encountered that more than 1,000 students in a year in Tanzania who pursue the following, those combinations I've mentioned there above, are experiencing a challenge of failing to understand and master advanced mathematics. We fail to understand the many advanced secondary students in advanced level in Tanzania. They fail to understand and master advanced physics. They fail to understand and master advanced chemistry. They fail to understand and master basic applied mathematics. And there are so many reasons. There are so many causes of that situation. But one of them, so you find sometimes some of the students, they counter the challenge of what a financial problem, because for example, I will just mention, this is one of the reference book that students need in order to master advanced mathematics for the Form 5. It's called the Pure Mathematics 1 by Jack Brickhouse. So this one, it costs in most of the local shops, it costs more than 35,000. So you see how, and in most of the schools, they don't have enough books in order to provide to each student. So you might find that the students fail to understand what they have to cover and where he or she can learn different concepts and even solving some problems through the books like this one, because he or she cannot afford this book. That's the common problems that we encounter. Even myself, when I was in advanced level, that the problems that I faced when I was in advanced level, that most of the books, the materials, the tuition, you find that everything is expensive, and then possibly your parents cannot afford, or they can afford but they are not ready to support you. So because of those complications, that's why that God has given all the present and future Tanzania advanced secondary schools of the present and future generation this right response for every student, regardless of their financial status. They can now learn advanced physics, advanced chemistry, advanced mathematics, and basic applied mathematics from 5 from 60 online, free of charge, without any kinds of the payments of any coin. That is God. Give our God all the glory and praise, because He loves you so much. Well, so that is the problems that we are solving. So we'll be teaching you the advanced concept by using different teaching aids, different teaching approach. We'll be using different teaching methodology, and we'll be using different teaching style in order to make sure slow learner, intermediate learner, and the even faster learner understand every concept that you are going to teach them and enjoy. Right? But I would like to remind you a vision. This is the vision that we have. We have an assignment to teach and train advanced secondary students on how they can extract knowledge, understanding, and wisdom from the classroom instructions that they cover formally or informally, and combine with knowledge, understanding, and wisdom that you are going to teach them to extract it from the Word of God written in the Holy Bible in order to solve real life problems. The main objective of the ASO is to teach our students on how they can solve real life problems, not only to solve classroom problems. No, we'll teach you how you can think differently, and you have to start even to change your mindset right now, because the objective of education is in order to solve real life problems. So I know again that for the new students, you are asking yourself, how can you register yourself? But possibly you have been visiting our channel, but you have never made the permanent decision that let me register myself for into ASO. So to ASO is nothing, actually it means that it is Tanzania, it's abbreviations of Tanzania Online Advanced Secondary School, in square bracket OLENJOLAIM. Right, wonderful. So let us go into these few steps. The first step, we ask you if you don't have an email, or if you forgot your password or your username, then we ask you to open a new email. If you don't have, or you have it, you had it but you lost your password, you cannot retrieve it, or you lost it, or you don't remember your username, and you try to to change the password, then it is failed, so you can create or open a new email. And then the second step, after you do that, we ask you to sign in YouTube. Sign in YouTube by using the email that you have created, or your old email. Here you'll be asked, if you go into the YouTube, then at the right side of the top of the video, you see this word sign in, the button. So you have to click. You'll be asked about your username and also your password. The third step, we ask you that right now you have already signed in. Okay, so you are in YouTube already. So in YouTube, we ask you search to ASO. Say with me, to ASO. But don't write to ASO. Simply, what should you search in YouTube? search our official YouTube channel name that's called Tanzania Online A-Level Circuit School in square bracket OLENJOLAIM. But simply, even if that you write Tanzania Online A-Level Circuit, then you search, you find the result, you find the right result. So once you set it, you see a round button, and then inside of it, you see a profile picture, which is Tanzania national flag. So Tanzania national flag, do you know how does it look like? It's just like this one. I love so much my country. So you see it here. Beside it, you see a word written Tanzania Online A-Level Circuit School in square bracket OLENJOLAIM. Not to ASO, but this is the abbreviations. Again, you see a number of videos. We thank God by His own grace, we have now published more than 110 videos of training advanced secondary students. But again, you see the number of subscribers. What do we mean? Who are subscribers? Subscribers, these are the permanently registered students, right? These are permanently registered students into ASO. So even yourself right now, I'm going to take you and instruct you how you can register yourself and be a permanent student. So you'll be taking advantage of every content that we are providing to you, and especially every video that we are publishing into the public every day. And this video can be accessed anywhere at any time, and also it can be accessed it can be accessed anywhere and at any time. So again, once you are there, you have seen our TOASO SWOT. This is the TOASO poster. So if you click it, you click the round buttons, then you get inside the school. So click it, click the round button. Wonderful. Do it now. Do it now. Don't say that let me check, let me wait until later. You can forget. Click the round button. Once you click, you see a trailer video. You see also a horizontal toolbar that returns home, and then there's another text videos. There's another text playlisting. Okay, playlisting, and then the result community if you have created it. There is also channel, and there's a word about. And if you're using a computer, you'll see even a space to search. Okay. So we'll come later. We'll come into this horizontal toolbar later. So the fifth step that I'd like to ask you, we ask you to look at the buttons which has been written subscribe. These buttons of subscribe, it has a background color, the red background color, but also it has a white text. Oh, wonderful. There's a white text. So we ask you to click this button only once. Then the text will change from subscribing to subscribing, the background, the color will change, and everything will be in its place. Once you click this one, and then you'll see the icon of the bell at the right hand side of it, beside it. So click this icon of the bell only once. You'll be given 3 options. We ask you to choose options of all, and then you see a message prompting from the bottom of your video that you'll be receiving all the notification. Why should you subscribe into ASO? That's a very good and excellent question. The aim for you to subscribe is Olenjolai has a vision. Olenjolai and his companions that will join me later on. We have a vision to produce or to record more than 600 videos of teaching 8 subjects of advanced mathematics that I've already mentioned. What are we teaching here? Advanced Physics Form 5, Advanced Physics Form 6, Advanced Chemistry Form 5, Advanced Chemistry Form 6, Advanced Mathematics Form 5, Advanced Mathematics Form 6, Basic Applied Mathematics Form 5, Basic Applied Mathematics Form 6. Wonderful. Total of 8 subjects, which actual 8 teachers has to teach them. But by God's grace, God has built that knowledge into one man. And this is a humble man, right? A fearful man to God. Wonderful. His name is Olenjolai. Well, but remember that Olenjolai does not know everything about advanced mathematics. I don't know everything about the advanced mathematics. I just know a small portion of it, but I have a responsibility to teach others about what I know. So the aim for you to subscribe is in order to receive notifications at any time and anywhere once you get into online. If you want to be a permanent student, again, another request that we have to make to you, visit our YouTube channel every day, because every day we have a good news that we are distributing into our national students of Tanzania and international students in Africa, in Asia, in America, in Australia, and even different parts of the world. So visit it, please. Okay, so the aim for you is to, in order to get notification, once you get in online, you'll get notification. Olenjolai has uploaded or has added session 9 or 40 of Parabola, session 9, session 10 of Parabola, session 11. So you get the information. Okay, then the sixth stage that now, how can you access our contents systematically? So he asks you to click, just to come into the top horizontal toolbar. So it means we ask you that you click the button written playlist. Once you click, set the playlist which is written coordinate geometry, right? I'm just writing abbreviation because of the space, coordinate geometry 2. Then just to get in that playlist, what will you find? You'll find all the collections of sessions about coordinate geometry 2, right? From the concepts of parabola to the concepts of polar graphs of coordinates. So if we are going to produce more than 30 videos, you'll find them, and they are well arranged from the first session to the 30th sessions if they are 30 sessions. Then we know that we guarantee you that you'll enjoy our contents. So we ask you to do it. You can click the icons of share, then to share what? This video link or channel link to other students in other schools. Internet is not bounded. Internet means it does not have boundaries. Other students or other parents who have advanced secondary students via what? So you can share this video link via social media. So social media via example WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram. You can share these contents just through your email, Twitter, okay, and then even TikTok. So those are events aside. There are so many different social media. So my beloved student, I have been giving you kind of interesting introduction. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you in departments of mathematics. And once again, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you into our today advanced subject that called your team. Is the advanced subject is called advanced mathematics. And this contents, it means welcome into advanced mathematics. This contents we dedicate to all the pre-form 60 students, form 60 students, QT, reciters, teachers, and these teachers are PCM, EGM, who are doing combinations of PCM, EGM, PMC, and PGM. So M stands for Advanced Mathematics, and all this is the ordinary diploma in engineering and science. We are in chapter 1, it's called Coordinate Geometry 2, and we are in session 8, that today we are teaching you the concept which is called Parametric Equation of the parabola. But again, also you can title this session as what the condition for the line to be tangent to the parabola. So we are still learning about the parabola. So remember that the subtopic here, is still what this is parabola, right? Parabola. So remember that the quick review of what? Quick review of session 7. It was actual solving questions or problem solving. So in this session, I've taught you problem solving, and the actual that it has been titled conceptual. So conceptual problem solving. So we have been solving some of the conceptual questions of what. So remember that we've been focusing on y square is equal to 4ax, means parabolas are centered or whose vertices are to origin, and then we're focusing on parabola which are translated that y minus q square is equal to 4a, and then have x minus what? X minus p. Wonderful. So x minus p. Wow. So this is what you have been focusing on. Now, parabola, translated parabola. This is parabola at origin. And then so we've been dealing about different concepts. We've been dealing about how we can find vertex, how we can find what, how we can find vertex, how we can find the equation of the vertex, okay, equation of the vertex, and then so we've been learning about how we can find focus of the parabola, how you can find line of axis of symmetry, axis of symmetry. So this is about parametric of the equations of the parabola. I've taught you that how you can find endpoints of what? Endpoints of the parabola. Sometimes that you will be asked that find the equation of what? Equation of parabola. Okay. And lengths, sometimes we taught you that to find lengths of lattice rectangle, lengths of lattice rectangle. So we have done so many things. Today, we would like to teach you the concept we call the parametric equation. So ladies and gentlemen, you can pause the video and list these 7 steps. Parametric equation. Parametric equation, okay, parametric equation of what? Of parabola. Parametric equation of parabola. So we have parametric equation of parabola. Parametric equation of parabola. So parametric equation of what? Of a parabola. So we say that not parametric. Parametric. Parametric equation of what? Of parabola. Parametric equation of parabola. So we say that an equation of parabola can be written in 2 forms. These are 2 forms. These are the first form, Cartesian form. Cartesian form. So the Cartesian form, for example, the general formula, this is y4ax, y squared 4ax. Again, if you have y minus q, for example, the general formula, then 4a x minus p, this is still what? Cartesian. So all of these are what? Are Cartesian problems or Cartesian parametric problems. So that's the first form. The second form, ladies and gentlemen, is called the parametric equation. So parametric, so it can write in form of parametric form. Parametric form. Parametric form. So you say that the parametric equation of what? Of parabola is a set of what? Of 2 equations with what? With 3 variables. 3 variables and what? And 2 equations. 3 variables in 2 equations. In 2 equations. So you have 3 variables in 2 equations. And these 3 variables means you have x, for example, is equal to a certain variable, right? So x is variable 1. And the second parametric equation y is equal to a certain expression but with variability is variable 1. But this variable 1 also, we say that it depends. So for example, that you can find that this variable 1 is t, but maybe t, and here it is t, maybe t squared. So that's the difference. So we'll be teaching you. And we'll give you an example of parametric equation, right? Okay, so parametric equation, in a simple way, in case of coordinate geometry 2, we mean that a set of 40 of 2 equations. So please pause the video and then list these steps and follow them just follow them for you to register yourself in our YouTube channel. And in case that you've registered yourself, then skip this part of photo of registration. Or you can just listen in order to pass the message to your friends who who cannot concentrate and extract information themselves along the session. Okay. So in order to write a parametric equation of the parabola as one of the subtopic of parabola, we have first of all to teach you about conditions for a line to touch OT, because that's how we can get those, because we have, in order to write, so it means that in order to write the parametric equation of the parabola, so in order to derive the parametric equation, so if you write this with this parametric equation of what? Of parabola, then the coordinates of parametric point, coordinates of parametric points, in case you have any question, should be parametric, the coordinates of parametric point should be known. For this case, mean that the coordinates should be known. Okay, the coordinates of parametric point, so it means the parametric point in this case. In this case, parametric point is point of what? Point of tangents. Point of tangents. So what the point of tangents? Point of tangents, we say that for parabola, it's a point whereby the straight line meets with the parabola. That's the meaning. So in order to get this tangents point or point of tangents, we should know first of all the condition, right? So we have to teach you first of all derivation of what? Of condition of parabola. Condition means a derivation of condition of what? Of straight line. Straight line y is equal to mx plus c to be what? To be tangent to the parabola, y square is equal to 4ax. This is intensive business that you have to do. Okay? So we say that simply so I say that this one, for the straight line y is equal to mx plus c to be tangent to what? To y square is equal to 4ax, then it has to satisfy what? This condition, these conditions of what? Of tangents. It has to satisfy the conditions of tangents. So for the straight line, not every straight line is what? Is tangent to the parabola. No. But any straight line that will obey the following condition, then in mathematics we conclude that it's a tangent point. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know that when I was doing introductions, then some of my advanced students, they say that today we don't have mathematicians, we just have politicians. I'm not a politician, but those informations I was giving you are very important, and we assume that every day, not we assume, this is the fact. We thank God that is enlarging and expanding the receivers of these contents. So we have students, so we have new students every day for the rest of the life of TOASO. We are going to have new students. So in every session, we'll be doing just these introductions in order to welcome the new students. So if you are a regular student and you still remember what you used to say in the introduction, you can skip that space, or you can skip that part. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we say that let us derive now derivations of what of the conditions of the straight line, that one. So let us derive this condition. This is a very common question in certificate secondary education examination, in most of the past NECTA questions in Tanzania. So it's a mostly question. It has been asked in mostly past papers, and you'll find it. It's a common question, right? So it means that the problem is, the question is this one. So this is NECTA question. Okay, NECTA question. And this is just like, okay, so we just put in the form of the question. So we say this is example. So in previous session, we ended example 14. So this is example 15. And then this is question from NECTA paper 2. So remember that I'm not a politician, I'm your teacher. So now we are going to speak mathematically, right? We are going to speak mathematical language. Solution for this problem. The first step, we'll be solving a problem, but we'll be also deriving, by deriving the condition. The first step, we say that let us sketch what? Let us sketch the problem. Let us sketch what? The problem. Okay. So let us try to maximize this space. So here we have the y-axis. This is the y-axis, ladies and gentlemen. Then here we have possibly that the horizontal axis, which is the x-axis. Okay. Because we have parabola, so let me just do a correction. Okay, so this is x-axis, and here we have what? Here a parabola, and this parabola is what? Y squared is equal to 4ax. So you do remember that this is the vertex. Do remember that this is the point we call the focus. Okay, for this case it is a, 0, and here vertex is 0, 0. And then we say that suppose here we have a tangent line. A tangent line is a straight line touches the curve at only one point. So suppose that here we have our tangent line. So this is tangent to it. This we call it tangent line. So this tangent line, we have a point of tangents here, which we call it P, which is x, y. Okay? So that's the tangent point, and this is the point of tangents, only one point, not several points like the way this is according to the sketch. So this one, ladies and gentlemen, we call it figure 8.1. Okay? So you have to find a condition. What the necessary condition? Remember that the equation of the line, is y is equal to mx plus what plus c. So ladies and gentlemen, this is how you score it means you score all the 6 or all the 7 marks, all the 8 given marks. You have to take them, so you have to control them, you have to enjoy them, right? Wonderful. Okay, so if this is the first step, this is the figure, this is the presentation, then we want to find the condition. We want to show that the necessary condition is c is equal to a over m. What is c? C is a coefficient, it's a y-intercept of the straight line. So you have to show it should be a over m. What is a? A we have at the one of the components of the equations of 40 of the parabola. M is not in any of these equations, but we'll see it. So m, yes, m is a gradient of the straight line. Wonderful. So it means for this is just the compressions. Let me repeat. Where is c? C it's what? It's a y-intercept of the equation of the straight line. And then where is what? Where is a? A is one of the components of the equation of the parabola. M it's a gradient of the straight line. So all of these 3 letters are found in the equation of what? Equation of a parabola and the straight line. So that's the first step. The second step, we say that find the point of intersection find the point of intersection because there we have only one point, call it tangent or point of tangent, okay, point of tangent or tangent point, or we call it tangent point. Okay, how? By solving equation of the straight line y is equal to mx plus c with what? Equations of 40 of a parabola, which is y squared is equal to 4ax simultaneously. So let us solve these 2 equations simultaneously when we are finding the coordinates of 40, find the coordinates of the point of intersection. So how can we make it wonderful? Y is equal to mx plus c, suppose that this is equation 1, and then we have y squared is equal to 4ax. Are you ready to enjoy the beauty of advanced pure mathematics? Are you ready to enjoy the beauty of parabola? This is one of the very interesting, enjoyable concepts in parabola that you have to enjoy as an excellent student in advanced pure mathematics. So in order to solve this one, we say that, okay, so we go for the steady state. Okay, steady state. So steady state, we say that let us substitute equation 1 into, I'll be teaching you, this is the one, the teaching aid that God has given me by writing steps. So if we take this equation 1 and substitute it here, so it means on the left hand side, we are going to have mx plus c of the second equation. This but square. This is equal to 4ax. So we have a new third equation. Then you have to expand the left hand side. So to expand the left hand side, you have mx plus c times what? Mx plus c. This is equal to what? Is equal to 4ax. Then let us expand mx times mx. This is m squared x squared. plus what? Mx times c. So this is mcx plus what? C times m. This is mcx. C times mx. That is mcx. Then plus what? C times c, it is c squared. This is equal to 4ax. Wonderful. So what do we notice? We notice that here we have m squared, x squared. These are the same thing, so we can add them. So plus what? Plus 2mcx plus c squared. This is equal to what? 4ax. Again, what simplification we can do? Okay, the simplification that we can do, the second term of the expressions on left hand side has a relation there with the coefficient, with the first term on right hand side. So let us bring on this side. So we have m squared x squared plus 2mcx minus what? 4ax, because they have a common variable x. So plus what? Plus c squared is equal to 0. So let us keep on simplifying. So ladies and gentlemen, we have m squared x squared plus what? So 2mc minus 4a are the coefficient of what? Of x plus what? C squared is equal to 0. And here we form the equation. After forming this equation now, we have our variable is x. So this the coefficient of x squared is m squared. Coefficient of x it is 2mc minus 4a plus c. So this equation, question 3, is corresponding to the equations of the quadratic equation, right? So you say that equation 3 corresponds with what? Corresponding with quadratic equation. And this, so we know the general form of quadratic equation. Why do we say that corresponding is general is quadratic equation of 40? So this is the reason. So we say that corresponding is quadratic equation because here we have m squared, this one, then we have 2mc minus what? 4a, then times what? X plus c squared, isn't it? Okay, this is equal to 0. So the general quadratic equation is a x squared plus b x plus c. So you see coefficient of x squared here is a, coefficient of x it is this one, and coefficient of c it is c squared. Or c is equal to c squared, then this is equal to 0. So if that's the case, now allow me to go into the first stage. The first stage, we say that, ladies and gentlemen, recall, means that, no, before recall, so you say solve equation 3 by using, which is the quadratic equation, by using what? General formula of what? Of quadratic. These steps will simplify your comprehension, will simplify your future revision, because you know what you have done. That's why I'm writing the sentence. Okay, so formula of quadratic equation. So ladies and gentlemen, you can pause the video and remind yourself the general formula of quadratic equation that we taught you in the 3rd chapter of basic mathematics form 2. Okay, so we have to recall. We have to recall what? You say the general formula when we are looking there, what? The roots of the quadratic function. So we have the roots of quadratic function. We say x is equal to negative b plus or minus square root of what? Of b squared minus 4ac divided by what? Divided by 2a. So this one we call it discriminant. So that's the general form. So what variable do we have here? We have x. So then we say that suppose that this is what? This is equation 4. So to know what is a and what is b, so we say that we go for the fifth step. we say that let us compare coefficient of equation 3 and the coefficients of equation 4. So to compare, if you compare, we find that A is equal to what? A is equal to m squared, B is equal to 2mc minus what? 4a, then C is equal to c squared. So then substitute them in the general formula. So if you substitute in the general formula, what is B? B will be negative 2mc minus 4a, then plus or minus square root. Square root of 40. What is B? B is what? 2mc minus 4a square minus 4a. A it is m square. C it is c square. Divided by what? Twice times a. A it is m square. Okay? So this is our general formula. So from here also we formulate another equation. Mathematics is full of equations. So this another equation is what? Negative 2mc minus what? Minus 4a. Then this is plus or minus. Then you have what? Square root of what? Of 2mc minus 4a. Want to leave some space. Square minus 4m square c square. And then here we have a denominator of 40 of 2m square. So suppose that this equation what? This is equation 5. Every equation there is useful. Do you enjoy the derivations of conditions for a straight line to be tangent to the parabola? Please tell me in the comment sections whether you understand. If you don't also understand, please tell me in the comment sections, then I will teach you in a different way. Because the heart of TOASO is to make sure all our students understand every concept that we are teaching them, and they have to remember and love it for the rest of their life. Why? Because Tanzania, the visions that God has for Tanzania is to make sure that it's going to become actual the African countries with so many industrial economy. So we have a responsibility to prepare the scientists who are going to work in those industries. I have a responsibility to prepare engineers who are going to work in those industries. So that's why they have to remember and love, because in most of the industry worldwide, they are applying the concept I'm teaching you. Wonderful? Yeah. So we are solving example 15, ladies and gentlemen. Solving example 15. Okay, so there we have equation 5. What can we do next? Or what should we do next as the mathematicians of the country? Okay, so the next stage that we have to go into the 6th step, right? 6th step. So this equation 5 gives us two values of what? Of x. Why? Because the quadratic equations has two roots. It can be either two distinct real roots or two equal roots. Okay, equal real roots, or it can be two complex roots, complex number, it means complex roots. So it means this question, whatever in most cases it will give us what? Either, it means it will give us two roots. So for the point of tangents, because we say that a straight line will touch the parabola y squared is equal to max only at one point. So because it's only at one point, it means that whenever we solve these two equations, we'll be finding only one root of the quadratic equations and not the two roots. So I say that for the point of tangent, so not this, the point of tangents. For the point of tangents, right? For the point of tangents, we say that for the point of tangent, the value of discriminant, the value of discriminant should be equal to 0. Okay? What the value of discriminant? So you say that discriminant in the general formula, discriminant of what? Of general formula is this part. It is this part of the formula. B squared minus 4AC This is what should be equal to 0 in order to make. It means that the only part which is making this, which is making two values of x, is this part. So if this part becoming 0, then we have this. We have negative 2mc minus 4a plus or minus 0, which actually will be the same negative 2mc minus 4a over 2m squared over 2m squared. So you may notice that only the discriminant that making this quadratic formula quadratic formula to give us two different or equal roots of x. So if this discriminant becomes 0, then we'll be remaining with negative b over 2a. So from negative b over 2a, we'll get only one value of x. That will be the x coordinates of point of tangents. That's only one point. Point of tangents, remember, point of tangents are not two, only one. So we say that discriminant should be equal to 0. So if that's the case now, and that's the fact, and we'll see it right now, we say that. So if that's the case, so we have to let 2 minus 4a square minus minus 4m square c square to be equal to 0 in that equation. Right? Okay, to be equal to 0. So it means that on the other side, we remain with x is equal to so negative So x is equal to negative 2mc minus 4a, then plus or minus 0, okay, in order to have a point of tangents. Okay, for the point of tangents, then this is 2m squared, right? So if we open the bracket, then we find out negative this one to be negative 2mc, then negative 4a, it makes 4a over 2m squared. So it means that our new equation for the point of tangents, the x coordinate will be given as 2 is common, then you have negative mc plus So take 2 outside, right, of the bracket, plus 2m divided by 2m squared. So 2 and 2 cancel. So x is equal to So x is simply equal to 2a minus mc over m squared, and this is over m squared, right? Over m squared. This will make your equation 6. This is equation 7. Because here it's equation 6. Equation 6. Okay? So you may let that just like that one, okay? So it's very important. So, but we are looking at the condition, we're not looking at the x coordinate. For the question, we have to look at the condition for the straight line y is equal to mx plus c to be a tangent to the parabola. That the questions will be given. After that questions, I will teach you how you can find the point of tangents, the coordinates of the point of of tangents, because I want you to enjoy, master, and love advanced mathematics, advanced pure mathematics. So you know what the next step, ladies and gentlemen, the 7th step. I'm very happy to teach this step, to teach this concept to millions of present and future students. The 7th step, we say that now make C the subject. Let us make C the subject in the equation. In the equation, equation 6 above. In the equation 6 above. This one. The equation 6 is stated that square root of Of 2mc minus 4a square minus minus 4m square c square. This is equal to 0. So we have to square to both sides. After squaring to both sides, then we have 2mc minus 4a square minus 4m square c square. This is equal to 0. Then let us expand. So when we expand this one, we have 2mc minus 4a, then 2mc minus 4a minus 4m square c square is equal to 0. So 2mc times 2mc, this is 4m square c square. Then this one times this one. So 2mc times negative 4a. This will make negative 8mca. Then negative 4a times 2mc to make negative 8 negative 8mca. Then negative 4 times negative 4, this will make 16a square minus 4mc square. This is equal to 0. Right? We can simplify now. So if you simplify, 4 times m square times c square minus 4 times m square times c square is equal to 0. Again, negative. So let me just go step to step because I don't want to overdose you. Here we remain with this expression plus what? 16a square is equal to 0. So negative 8mca minus 8mca, this will make it negative 16mac, right? Then plus what? 16a square is equal to 0. So, that the case? Yeah. So we are making C the subject, okay? So to make C the subject, here we have two options. So negative 16mac is equal to what? Okay, plus what? Plus 16a square. So you can minus 16a square to both sides. So then here we have 0 minus 16a square. So on the left hand side you have negative 16mac. This is equal to what? Negative 16a square. So we divide by negative 16, we divide by negative 16. But negative 16 what? Negative 16 ma and negative 16 ma. So ladies and gentlemen, here this cancel will remain with c. C is equal to what? Negative 16 and negative 16 cancel. 1a and 1a cancel. Then it remains a numerator over m. Then we have found the required condition. Hence, shown that C is equal to A over M. Here's the response for example 15. Okay? Example 15. Okay. So after that, we say that let us. Okay, so this is what we have to do as pure mathematicians. Okay, after showing you the conditions, so remember these conditions, my dear students, as how we insisted you to remember the condition for a straight line to be a tangent to the cycle. Do you remember it? So keep these conditions. There are 4 conditions in coordinate geometry. Condition for the straight line to be tangent to the cycle, condition for the straight lines to be tangent to the parabola, condition for the straight lines to be tangent to the ellipse, condition for the straight lines to be tangent to the hyperbola. Keep these 4 conditions, my dear student, and then so you'll tell me later. Okay, so then, ladies and gentlemen, I would like now to teach you about parametric equation. After teaching you the condition, so then now, let me teach you about parametric. How do we find parametric equation? Parametric equation. So, of what? Parametric equation of parabola. Parametric equation of parabola. Simply say that the parametric equation of parabola, parametric equation of parabola, we say that is the equation of what? Of 2 coordinates. Of the point of the tangent of the point. 2 coordinates of the point of what? Of tangents. point of tangents. That is. Okay? So you say that the point of tangent, so it means that the tangent point in Cartesian is x, comma y. Tangent point. Okay, tangent point in Cartesian. So this is tangent point in Cartesian. In Cartesian form. Okay, tangent point in what? In Cartesian form. So we want to express tangent point in polar form. So we say that in parametric coordinates, parametric coordinates. Parametric coordinates. Parametric coordinates of 40 of tangent point. Parametric coordinates of 40 of tangent point of parabola. So we still have, so it means that we still have our two coordinates. So we say that from figure 5 to figure 8.1 above. If I say 5, just do correction, this figure 8.5 above. Then we have the point of tangents or tangent point. Point of tangents is given as what? So is P in Cartesian form as x, comma y. Okay? But this is not, okay, that's the case. But remember that the equation of the straight line, it's y is equal to mx plus c. And the equation of the parabola, it's y squared is equal to 4ax. So to get the parametric coordinates of the point of tangents of the tangent point, then we have to consider equation 7, which gives us the coordinates of x from the general formula. Right? Remember that this x is x coordinate of the point of tangents. Okay? It's x coordinate of the point of 40 of tangents. So we say that the first step in this derivation now, say that find xt coordinate, x coordinate of tangent point in parametric, not in Cartesian, parametric form. So in order to achieve this step, we have to say that recall equation 7 of example 15. Equation 7 of example 15. Do you remember it? It is stated that x is equal to, we had this one, negative 2mc minus 4a over 2m squared. So we simplify. This is equal to negative 2mc plus what? 4a over 2m squared. If you divide by 2, then you have x is equal to what? Negative 2m, no, negative mc plus what? 2a over m squared. So our equation 7 is 2a minus mc over what? over m squared. So this is x coordinate. Okay, so our x coordinate is what? Is 2a minus mc of what? M squared. So remember that this was equation what? Equation 7. But for this case, for this concept, this is, let us make this equation 1. Let it as equation 1. So again, we say that, but you have to recall, we told you also, the condition for the straight lines to be tangent to the parabola is C should be equal to A over MC. So make this as the second equation. So then we go for the second step, ladies and gentlemen. Second step, we say that substitute what? Equation 2 above into equation 1. To equation 1 above. So to substitute, we have x coordinate now is equal to 2a minus what? M. What is C? It is a over m divided by what? M squared. So m and m cancel. So here we have what? 2a minus what? A divided by, here you have what? M squared. Wonderful. So you have to keep on simplifying. There is a kind of we thank God we have a rain, so it's raining right now, so you might hear some of the noises from the outside raining, because outside of this place is raining, but don't worry that everything will be in its place. So x is equal to 2a minus a over m squared. Okay, over m squared. So what is 2a minus a? 2a minus a, this is equal to a over m squared. So the x coordinate of what? Tangent point. Of tangent point. Tangent point is a over m squared. So simply mean that x is equal to a over m squared, and this will make equation 3. So you have to think, or you have to find the parametric equation of what? Of y. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, now we have the x coordinates of the tangent point in parametric form. Why is it called in parametric form? Because x depends on the value of a and m squared. So you might find maybe m squared is a variable and then a is a constant. So that's why we call it the parametric equation of x coordinates of the point of what? Of tangents between the line, the straight lines, and the parabola. So ladies and gentlemen, let us go into the third step of our journey to get to the parametric equation of the parabola. So the third step, we say that use equation 3 above, okay, to find out the parametric okay, use equation 3 above, and this equation 3 above mean that x is equal to a over m squared, and either y is equal to mx plus c, or y squared for a x. It means equation 1 or 2, to find out, to derive the parametric equation for y coordinate of what? Of point of tangents. Point of tangents. Okay, of point of tangents. So how? So we may choose, which maybe let us use this one. This is your homework. So we have y is equal to, we have y squared is equal to 4ax, when x is equal to what? Is equal to a over m squared. Okay? So remember that this was equation 1 of example 5. So we have to substitute. So because this is another concept, suppose that this is equation 4, but we know that x is equal to a over m squared. This is equation what? This is still equation 3 above. So this is still within 3. So for that case, you say that we go for the first step. Say that let us substitute equation 3 into equation 4. Okay? Substitute equation 3 into equation 4. So substitute equation 3 into equation 4, ladies and gentlemen, we say that equation 4 is y squared is equal to 4ax. Instead of x, you will have a over m squared. So ladies and gentlemen, y squared is equal to what? 4a squared over what? M squared. Okay? So then the next step, we have to find the square root because we are looking the coordinate of y. So ladies and gentlemen, if you square to both sides, then we get that square root of y it is y, and square root of this one is 2a over m. So this is what we call the y coordinate of the y coordinate in parametric form. So this one supposed is equation what? 5. So it's equation 5. Okay. So it means that the parametric equation means that the y coordinate. So ladies and gentlemen, we have solved the equation 4 and the equation 3. And finally, we have meant that we took equation 3 and substitute into equation 4. So we have the value of x is equal to a over m squared. Then we substituted here. So we have y squared is equal to 4 times a over m squared. So it means 8 numerator times a times 4, we get 4a squared over m squared. So then we have square root of 40. We have to find square root of y squared and find square root of 4a squared over m squared. So here we get y is equal to 2a over m. So the y coordinate of tangent point the y coordinates of tangent point is what? So the y coordinates of tangent point is y is equal to 2a over m. That's the y coordinates of 40 of tangent point. So because that the y coordinates of the tangent point, so right now we can have that tangent point. So therefore, tangent point, which is p, because it is equal to x comma y. So for this fact, tangent point now, coordinate of x, it is a over m squared, comma what? Comma 2a over m. So this is the one form that you can write tangent for, or tangent point. So this is the tangent point, okay? Tangent point of the line y is equal to mx plus what? Plus c. Again, another concept that we like to teach our students in this session, we say that in most cases, or in coordinate geometry, we used to let t is equal to 1 over m. Remember, m stands for gradient. M stands for gradient. So because a gradient in both coordinates is denominator, so you may let t is equal to 1 over m. So the x coordinate, which is x is equal to a over m squared, for this fact, it will be a, then you have 1 over m squared. So simply this is equal to a, 1 over m, is what it is t, so a to t squared. Okay, so that's the parametric equation now, one of the parametric equations. For the y coordinates, we have what? 2a over m. Simply this is 2a, 1 over m. But what is m? It is t. So simply this is 2at. So again we say that parametric coordinates of the tangent point is or are what? AT square and what? And the 280. Simply say that our 20p now, this is equal to AT square, comma, 280. So remember these facts. You might be asked at any time. Remember that session 8 is a prerequisite of session 9. So in session 9, we'll just recall the conditions of the line to be tangent to the parabola. We'll be just recalling the parametric coordinates of what of the tangent point. So that's what we'll be recalling. So you have to remember about these facts. So from this fact now, that the tangent point between the line and the parabola, y squared is equal to 4ax, is this one. Then from there now, ladies and gentlemen, we can write parametric equation. So this is parametric equation of what? Of parabola. So parametric equation of parabola are the first one, x is equal to what? A t square, and the second one, y is equal to 280. So when we ask write a parametric equation or the write a parametric equation of parabola, then these are the steps that you have to follow. Okay? So these are the two parametric equations of 40, the two equations. So remember that A is constant, 2 is constant. So the variable, so you see that parametric equation should have at least 3 variables. Two dependent variables and 1 dependent variable, which is, for this case, we call it t. So this is commonly used in parabola, in hyperbola, and ellipse. So we are just building the foundation for you to comprehend about this stuff, right? So this is the parametric equation of parabola. We'll teach you parametric equation of ellipse. Later on, we'll teach you the parametric equations of hyperbola. So bear that, because these are what we apply in building different systems, different engineering and scientific systems. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to finish, and I'm about to end session 8. Now I have given you so many materials, so the Holy Spirit is saying, OLENJOLAIT is enough. So before I end this session, right, remember that I'm implementing the learning, the active learning process. So I have to give you the homework. So this is homework. So this is homework what? Homework 8. Okay? In every session, I have to leave the homework, do it, and submit your homework in the comment section of this video. So this is example what? This is example 16. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to do the homework? If the answer is yes, make sure to do and you submit or give me feedback in the comment section. So the question is like this. So the question is all about derivation. Show that, and this is next question. In next sessions, maybe session 18, and no, maybe session 10 or 11 or 12, we'll be solving next questions about 30, about conditions of the line to be a parabola, about question of the tangent or tangent equation, or equation of the tangent, and also equation of the normal. You can even discuss a little bit about common chords. Okay, so show that the equation of the tangent line to the parabola is. Okay, make sure that you do this homework, my dear student. try to do it. Don't say that I have to wait session 9 where we see correction. So x minus ty plus 80 square. X minus ty plus 80 square is equal to 0. So do, and then give me the feedback. You cannot write, but yeah, you cannot write maybe your derivation in the comment section, but you can give me the feedback that, sir, I managed to do the homework. And then in session 9, we are going to do correction for this question. Ladies and gentlemen, this is end of session 8, titled as Parametric Equation of the Parabola. I thank God who have created me in his own image and likeness, and I thank God who have been with me in the preparations of this session, and I thank God who have given the opportunity to join me to enjoy the beauty of coordinate geometry too. I would like to invite you in session 9 when I will teach you about equation of the tangent and the equation of the normal, so that the concept that I'm going to teach you will be having also at least two derivation, which will make sense in your mind. And then possibly I can touch a little bit about the concepts of the common code, however that is not recommended or is not mentioned in the syllabus. Again, another thing that I would like just to let you know, before I end this session, I would like to welcome you into our Tanzania Online Advanced Library to R. So there we have, or we are equipping our students with very important materials. The first tool, means the first weapons that we like to equip our students is it's a book that just we call it a syllabus. It may be a book or a copy of it, because sometimes there's a scarcity of these books in Tanzania or in the most of the bookstore. So we have to make sure that we provide our students the photocopy of this book. So this book is called Advanced Mathematics Syllabus for Advanced Secondary Education from 5. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can order Advanced Mathematics Syllabus for Advanced Secondary Education from 5 to Form 6, right? You can just order this fantastic syllabus book with a very reasonable price, and we like to recommend this book to all our advanced secondary students from 5 and Form 6, because we need it to use when we're learning pure mathematics or advanced mathematics from 5 and advanced mathematics in Form 6, as long as you'll be enjoying the contents that, because you know what you've been asked to cover. So the price of this book in most of the local shop in Tanzania is more than 15,000, but we have to you can pay just a gift of 15,000, then we can ship this book, or we can send it to you in any of 31 regions of Tanzania, including Unguja and Pemba. Again, we have another tool. This is original scientific calculator. We have, it's called the Casio function 991 MS. So this is the original one. So you have number 1, which is original, like this one. It's cost, you can order it with a gift of 15,000 Tanzania shillings. And there's number 2. You can order it with a gift of 35 Tanzania shillings. But again, we like also we are distributing, or we have a copy of just our advanced mathematics notes of coordinate geometry 2 of every topic that will be covered. Again, we have another book that we call reference book, Pure Mathematics 1. And this Pure Mathematics 1 there's a Pure Mathematics 1 and Pure Mathematics 2. You can just order these books with